Well, hello everyone and welcome. My name is Gerard O'Donovan. I'm the founder of Noble Manhattan Coaching, and I'm joined by my colleague and my friend, Eric Maisel, who I will introduce fully in a few moments. The purpose of this short video is to give you an understanding, to give you an overview, to give you a feeling of this new remarkable program that we are launching jointly between us. It's called a Creativity Coach Training Program. And we are going to train people to be magnificent creativity coaches. There are two variations, both a certificate and a diploma version. Full details are on the website, and you can look at that at your leisure. So first of all, who are we? Well, Noble Manhattan Coaching started in the United Kingdom, but now we trade in 31 countries. We have been established for 23 years. We deliver our programs in multiple languages, and it has been our honor to have trained over 25,000 magnificent coaches over that period of time. Eric and I came together a few months ago. We built a strong friendship. There was a real connection, a desire to help people to build and grow and really to become all that they can be. So who is Eric? Well, my goodness, if we had an hour, even that would not do him justice. Eric Maisel, in the world of coaching in our industry, is regarded as a legend. Some call him the father of coaching. If you look on LinkedIn, my goodness, his profile is so long, so in depth. He has written over 50 books. Yes, 50. Over 50 books, all to do with personal growth, personal development, coaching, how to achieve more out of life. His most recent book, The Coach's Way, I'd urge you to look at that. It is magnificent. Eric has written this program, the Creativity Coach Training Program, and Noble Manhattan, we are hosting it. We are providing the customer support, the technology, and the platform. So today is to find out a little bit more about this program, what it is, what it does, so you can get into it in more depth. So good morning, Eric. How are you?
Hello, Gerard. It's lovely to be here. Thank you for that lovely introduction.
Not at all, my friend. Not at all. So would you perhaps start off by maybe telling us and our viewers a little bit about the background to this particular program?
Yeah, I think I won't go all the way back to childhood. I think I'll start about 40 years ago or so, when, after having a career as a writer and a ghostwriter, I retooled to become a California licensed family therapist. So I was a therapist then, and I wanted to work with artists because I was an artist myself, a creative myself, and I was curious about our challenges. So I started working with creative performing artists as a therapist way back when. I didn't like the pseudo-medical model of therapy. That wasn't suiting me. So I moved first to creativity consulting, made up that phrase, and then when coaching started to become a thing, I invented creativity coaching probably 35 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I've been working with creative and performing artists for those 35 years all over the world. Famous ones, not famous ones. It's been a wonderful journey. Then at some point, I started training creativity coaches. About 20 years ago, I started training creativity coaches with online trainings, which I still do. But that meant that people had to carve out a certain amount of time out of their busy schedules to come visit with me for my 16-week trainings. So I knew that I wanted a legacy program that people could do in a self-paced way. I've been dreaming about doing that, but it was beyond me technically, technologically, time-wise, team-wise. I just didn't have the way of doing that. Then we met. And so it became sort of instantly obvious that together we could create something that people could do in a self-paced way that would be robust and sort of brilliant. So that's where we're at, and we hope that people will enjoy the program.
Yes, well, thank you. And I have to say, when you provided us with the program, and as we were uploading it on our learning management system, I was astounded by the breadth and depth. There are, if I'm correct, about 250 separate lessons within the program. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, there are actually 260. It's easy to remember because there are 5 a week for 52 weeks. So
yes.
There are 260 lessons. There are 20 webinars. My new book, The Coach's Way, is the text for the class. So folks will get a ton of material. At the same time, I don't want it to seem overwhelming because folks can do it at their own pace. Plus, a major goal of the program is to help participants, help students, help new coaches understand that coaching can be effortless, that it's actually an easy thing if practiced the way I suggest. So even though there's lots of material, it's sort of that old Zen proverb of you learn a lot of stuff and then you forget it all and then you just be in the moment.
Yes.
And that's sort of the way I perceive this program, is that there's lots to learn. Then you let go of all of that when you're sitting across from a writer or a painter or a musician, and you just be with that person.
Absolutely. That's a lovely way of putting it. So people who engage in this program, what will they actually learn as they go through the program, Eric?
Well, they're going to learn what makes creative people tick, which probably means that they'll learn what makes themselves tick, because I'm imagining that folks who want to take this program are creative themselves. They may be already writers or painters. They may be coaches who want a niche. They may be therapists who are wanting to transition, but I'm believing that they're creative folks themselves. So they're going to learn a lot about their own psyche, their own personality, their own challenges, and how to meet those, and then how to meet the challenges of creative performing artists. They're also going to learn how to work with all of those millions of people who have stopped wanting to be salaried and who are now solopreneurs and who have to manifest their creativity to make a life work. So they can begin to work with those sorts of people, and that's a gigantic audience. And then they're going to learn to work with business if they want, because businesses, corporations have begun to understand, really just in the last decade, the extent to which creativity, as defined as innovation and problem solving, are central to their growth and survival. So a new creativity coach can work with an individual artist, if he or she wants to, or with solopreneurs or with businesses. And that means that there's a gigantic market out there for creativity coaches.
Oh, fantastic. We'll come to that in a minute. One thing I would like to mention to our audience listening in is that anyone who wishes to engage in this program, we offer 2 things that no other coach training company in the world offers. Number 1 is a scholarship. And everyone, and I do mean that, absolutely everyone who wishes to engage in the program will be entitled to a scholarship. And you can find out later how to apply for that. There's no cost involved. A scholarship is not a loan. It's actually a grant money that we give you that you never have to pay back. So if you were on a very good salary in a lovely job, you might get $100 or something. If you're a single mother raising children on benefits, then you might get 1,000 or even far more. This is money we give you in order to help you to engage in the program. The second thing we do is, in the world of education, it's called APL, accreditation for prior learning. What does that mean? It means if you already have knowledge, skills, ability, experience, or qualifications or training in a similar area, so the word is equivalent to what we're covering, then we will reduce the price of the course accordingly, because we don't feel that it's honest and ethical to charge you money for something you already know. So again, we're the only coach training company in the world that does this. Again, at the bottom of the website, there is a very simple inquiry form. Any question, anything you want to know, just complete that and we will get straight back to you. Eric, I apologize for interrupting you there.
No, those are big, good interruptions. Thank you.
Thank you. So if we have a gentleman or a lady engaging in the program, what knowledge or skills or ability will they learn and will they take away?
Well, the first thing they're going to learn are the realities of the creative life, how the creative process works, the extent to which creative people are only sometimes going to do excellent work and have to be helped to understand that, the extent to which creative folks are going to sometimes not believe that their work matters, that they're going to have existential crises, that there are all kinds of psychological difficulties. And coaches, I think, need to be psychologically minded. I think that's an important component because all human activities are psychological in nature. So I think the headline is they're going to learn a very deep understanding of the creative life and the creative process that no other program teaches. And most books on creativity are a little too smiley-faced from my point of view. They don't really look at the realities of the creative life. We're going to look at those realities, and even though they are difficult to overcome, folks will be provided with tactics and strategies for helping their clients actually overcome these difficulties so that the creative person they're working with finally stops being blocked and stops being resistant and stops not completing their work and stops doing those things that they're so upset that they're doing. Our coaches will be of real help to creative people and make their life different and much for the better.
Good. Well, thank you. That sounds wonderful. In looking at the world of coaching right now and the various courses out there, to your knowledge, is there anything quite like this out there in the market at the moment?
I really think that there isn't. I've poked around, as I'm sure you have, to see what goes on out there. And I don't think there's anything that does the two things that we do. One is provide all of this information, and the other is to provide the support that you've been providing for decades. So between the information and the support, I'm pretty positive that there's nothing out there that's remotely close to what we're offering.
Great, thank you. And yes, every student, no matter where they are on the planet, and this is open to absolutely everyone in the world, will be provided with their own bespoke customer care and student support person that they can email, they can Zoom, they can call, they can WhatsApp on a regular basis. So that will be provided to everyone. And finally, I guess having dealt with coaches for years, one of the questions that is very normal, people say, well, look, if I invest my time and effort and energy into doing this, is there going to be a marketplace for me out there? Eric, what do you think is the size of the current market for this?
I think it's actually gigantic. And I think that there are maybe four markets to think about. One are the individual self-identified creative and performing artists out there, the many hundreds of thousands or millions of writers and painters and musicians and actors and filmmakers. All of those folks are potential clients. Then there's the even larger group of would-be creative people, people who want to be every day more creative. And they may not know exactly what they mean by that, but they know that they're missing something in their life. One of their life purposes is to be creative, and they haven't manifested that. These are folks who probably have read Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way. Millions of folks have read that book and identify as that maybe a shadow artist or someone who hasn't done it yet. And creativity coaches can work with those people remarkably well. Then, as I mentioned earlier, there are all of these solopreneurs out there, the many, many people who are trying to or have left mainstream business because either they've been let go or they are not enjoying, it doesn't feel like meaningful work, and now they're trying to start their own business. They have to engage their imagination. They have to be creative to make their business work. And so creativity coaches can take that on as a niche, can aim themselves at working with solopreneurs, and that's a gigantic market. And then last but not least, there's the ability to work with businesses, with corporations, and help them become more creative. They're wanting that. Their desire to become more creative is being noticed by everyone who looks at what companies are saying they want to do. So I think those four markets taken together amount to an awful lot of potential customers. And I think they're real customers. They're people with pain points. They're folks who want something out, who need support, and who are not supported enough by their mates or by anybody in their immediate sphere. They actually need a creativity coach to help them.
Great. And I guess as you were talking, I was thinking of another market. I'm guessing there are lots of people who actually just want to be able to release their own innate creativity to achieve more within their own life.
That's right. I think that included in my vision in that second group of would-be creative folks who know that they have something to manifest. They have potential that they're not turning into anything real, and maybe they dabble. Maybe they say that they love many things but don't actually do anything. Mm-hmm. Creativity coaches can help with all of that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Eric. Thank you so much for your precious time today. And for those of you watching, again, I want to thank you for giving us your greatest gift, your time. If there is anything that you've heard that you would like more information on, please don't hesitate. At the bottom of our website, it's called creativitycoaching.online. Very easy, creativitycoaching.online. There's a lovely inquiry form. Just fill it in, ask any question you want. If you'd like to find out about the scholarship or the exemptions, again, just mention that and we will get straight back to you. Thank you for your time, and maybe I'll see you on one of the programs one day soon. And thank you, Eric, for your time today.
Thank you, Gerard.